I'm on my way to work right now, and we are I'm dropping you guys into a middle of a sticky situation. I had a portable X-ray have a few weird symptoms that, last a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago, I kind of passed as just some, the computer reboot by itself, like once or twice, every now and then, intermittently, but not really consistently. So I was like, that's like, it's concerning, right? But it was just kind of, let's keep an eye on it. Could really never catch it or replicate it. And yeah, I finally did it again. However, this time, a few other boards went out. Not really went out, but some of the functionalities stopped working to their full capacity. So I was doing some troubleshooting yesterday, and we have two I2C boards in there. They kind of like run like a daisy chain or in series, as far as like the power. And it turns out that the computer in those boards, associated boards, run off the same power supply. So that explains a lot of it. And I ended up finding a nick or a short in one of the circuits, actually one of the brake magnets, friction magnets on the system, which was causing it to short out on the chassis. And that explains a lot. So I was just digging around in there, and I ended up finding it. I'll put a picture up so you guys can see. And gonna repair that today. So hope you guys enjoy the point of view, and thank you guys all for watching. All right, so here is the cable that was pinched in on this bracket here, and like I said, I'll put a picture on there, but I removed it, cleaned it out. I'm going to repair that, and then we're going to repair this, or we're going to replace this cable that was a little bit of arcing there. Same 24 volts that goes into this cable. So we're going to go ahead and replace this, and then we're going to look into this board to make sure everything's good. And that's what we got today. So I took it all apart yesterday and got at least all the covers off in hopes that we can do the rest today. Add some zip ties, not too tight, just to hold it in place. I don't want to remove the old zip ties just because it's nice to have the extra reinforcements. Alright, so I've added the zip ties. Now it's time to add this strain relief thing here. 2 T22 cables, screws that should go in there. I can always take this off later. This is just to kind of hold it in place, and then I'm able to move around. And like I said, this is super easy to take off, so it's gonna be like that for now. Alright, so I rerouted the cable, added new zip ties, took some of the old ones off, and then now all we gotta do is put it on or attach it to the power supply. So it's labeled TB4 2D, so I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna fix the brake, the one that was shorting out. So now I'm gonna add the plate back on. Everything's good. So we're gonna go ahead and replace this board because when it was shorting out, I saw some fishy things going on with this, and I did not like it. I think it arced a little bit on this connector. And I already have the new one on here, and I know I'm not supposed to hang it with the connectors, but it's super light. So these are just, this is just an I2C board. Controls a few friction magnets, and this was the functions that I mentioned earlier that were not working, and the short was a part of this circuit. So we're gonna do some preventive stuff and just go ahead and replace it, because I looked in here and it was a little bit fried. Alright, so there's a new board in there now. You probably can't tell with the camera, but one of these connectors is, let's see, it's burnt, arced a little bit in there. So just preventive maintenance. I'm sure it would have worked fine, but we're in the medical device field, so safety is priority. Hope y'all can see that. Alright, so this is repaired now. Not the prettiest, but it will work. Alright, so we just booted it on and everything looks like it's working. And I added some zip ties to make it look nice and pretty. Kind of in bad shape. So luckily the PM is due next month, so we just need to get this machine back up for now and get it back out in the field. Yeah, it's definitely gonna need to be repaired. But not the end of the world. Cool. Put some zip ties. We'll clean this up here in a minute. So I cut that video towards the end a little short, just because adding covers isn't too complicated and it was a little bit repetitive. And you know, the repair wasn't too hard. It was just rerouting a cable and then repairing that little nicked what is it, magnetic friction, I'm going blank, magnetic, the friction stop, and the board. So that was pretty like interesting stuff to film, but you know, the cables, it's kind of just tinkering with it until you get enough slack, and then you get too much slack, and then not enough slack. So you're just going back and forth, you know, testing all the motions and extending it out to ensure that you're getting a full range of motion on the machine. And I was a little bit in a rush. It's about lunch hour, and I need to go, or I have to go take my sister-in-law to the airport. So I need to go take care of that, and then I'll grab something to eat on the way back, or I'll figure out what I'll eat later. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I do have 2 more calls I need to do today. Not too hard. One of them, the right handle isn't working, and I took a look at it. It's not registering at all under the diagnostic screen, so I'm gonna have to take a deeper look and see exactly what's causing that issue. So yep, that was it. That's a little short troubleshooting I did, and granted I did most of it yesterday, just trying to figure out what it was, and got it finished today with the part coming in.